Welcome to this Yak-1 career mode mission on the Stalingrad map. It's the 2nd of September 1942. We've been alerted to enemy bombers heading towards the front line south of Stalingrad. So we're going to scramble from Srednyaya, Ahktuba and intercept. We've just lifted from the airfield and we're heading out towards the Volga, southwest. We can see the bombers in the distance. There's a large formation and it looks like they have a flight of 109s above them flying escort. There are only 8 of us Yaks going out to intercept them, so we're going to have our hands full here. Here are the German bombers. It's a flight of 12 Heinkel 111s. And above them are 9 Bf 109s. I think it's the F4 variant. They've just gone over the Volga and they're heading straight towards us. Flight leader has just started a right-hand turn. I'm going to stay with the squadron. There's no way I'm going to go into that pack of German planes on my own. Looks like we're not going to intercept them head on, we're just going to draw them over our territory a little bit before we make an attack run. This will also give us a bit of time to gain altitude because the bombers are higher than us right now. We're now flying in front of the incoming bombers and we can see the escort fighters swirling above them. Stalingrad is on our port side right now. Trying to catch up with my formation, but they've gone full speed ahead. We still have the enemy bomber formation and escorts behind us. Flight leader has now given the order to intercept, so let's go. Time to go full RPM and full throttle. I want to try and get at least co-out with the bombers and maybe go head to head with one of them as I fly through the formation. The 109 escorts are over my head now. I don't quite have the angle to hit one of these bombers as I'm going through. So let's turn onto their 6 and see if I can take one out. The bombers are organised in sections of 3 planes each, so I'm going to try and hit the leader of this section at the back of the formation. Okay, he's broken formation and he's going down. Game just stutters a little bit as it registers that kill. The other 2 planes that were flying as his wingmen have disengaged and turned back for base, so that's 3 bombers taken out of the equation. I'm staying on the back of the bombers, and I'm going to go for the flight leader right to the front here. There we go, he's broken formation. Got some good hits on one of his wingmen as well, and I think all 3 planes from that section have disengaged and turned back towards German territory. That leaves 6 bombers still heading to target. I can swing back around and have another go at them. Let's go back to the first bomber that I attacked and look at the replay from the bomber's perspective. His gunners are desperately trying to shoot me down, but they don't register any hits. As he breaks formation, he jettisons his bombs, as do the 2 wingmen that are flying with him. And all 3 planes break away from the main bomber formation. One of the crew has managed to bail out. There's a huge dogfight going on behind the bomber formation between the 109 escorts and the other Yak-1s from my squadron. The bomber that I hit spirals down towards the ground, and that is a confirmed kill. Back to the mission, and I am on the back of the 6 remaining bombers, going to have a go at the lead plane. There he goes. I've done enough damage to force him to disengage. He's dropped his ordnance, as have his 2 wingmen. And all 3 planes from that section have disengaged. That just leaves 3 bombers from the original 12 that are still heading to target. Let's see what we can do about that. Although I don't have much ammunition left, I think I've already used up all of my cannon ammunition. Just down to my machine guns. Got some good hits, but didn't do enough damage to force him to disengage. Can have another go at this bomber. There we go, I've managed to force him to disengage. He's dropped his ordnance and he's heading for home. His 2 wingmen have stayed on course though. Notice that I've picked up a fuel leak, so one of the bombers has managed to tag me on the wing. I think I've got one more attempt at these final 2 bombers before my machine guns run out. And that's it, my machine guns are empty. It's time to head out of here. No other planes around me. I think the 109's got tangled up with the other Yaks. And it's just been me that's attacked the bombers really. Let's pitch the nose down and pick up some speed and RTB. The 2 remaining bombers are over their target now. The bomb bay doors are open. Bombs are out. The target is some kind of installation at the edge of the town there beside the road. Bombers have managed to hit their target. And off they go, back to German territory. Let's catch up with some of the bombers that I damaged on this mission. And there were 4 bombers that I damaged that have RTB'd. And they've all managed to make it back to base. But at least they didn't get to drop their bombs on their intended targets. I've made it back to Srednyaya, Ahktuba, and I'm on my final approach to land. It's been a good mission. I've managed to avoid the attention of the escort fighters. I think there was a massive dogfight behind the bomber formation as I was attacking the bombers. The rest of the Yaks from my squadron were engaged with the 109s. I think there have been some heavy casualties inflicted. Looks like I was going to make a nice 3-point landing, but then I flared up and came back down with a bit of a bang. But not too bad. We're down safe and sound. The Yak-1 seems to be a pretty sturdy plane when it comes to landing. Mission accomplished. The 1 aircraft kill doesn't really tell the full story of this mission. I damaged 4 other bombers as well, and of the 12 bombers that came into our territory, I managed to turn 10 of them back around without dropping their bombs on their intended targets. I've been awarded the Order of the Red Banner early for this mission. This award was given to individuals for extraordinary heroism, dedication and courage demonstrated on the battlefield. I also get 1500 rubles for the bomber that I destroyed. Looking at the squadron stats, we can see that I was the only pilot to down one of the bombers, and actually of the 8 Yak-1s that went out on this mission, only 2 planes made it back to base. The other 6 were destroyed by the 109s.